Can I get a drum roll, please? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, you could tell I'm not a drummer. But anyway, in today's video, I am so excited to bring to you a sneak peek, a sneak preview into FODMAP freedom in 90 days. Now, some of you might already know that I did one of these videos, but it was way back in 2021, and there have been a lot of additions and a lot of great changes to FODMAP freedom since I recorded that video, so I thought it was high time to do a re-recording. So let me show you the new and improved, spruced up version of FODMAP freedom in 90 days, including what you can expect to see when you join, what the portal looks like, and how meetups and Q&As work, and how to find all of that once you're inside. So without further ado, let me go to a screen share. First things first, we've got to log in. So we're going to go over here to my homepage, FODMAPfreedom.com. You can scroll, but up here in the top right-hand corner, we have a login button. From there, we're going to use whatever email address and password you set up. We're going to use my dummy account that I've created with our support email. And that should take you to the library. So welcome to your library. Now, obviously, you're signing up for FODMAP freedom mostly because you want FODMAP freedom. So those are the first couple of links that you're going to see. But I'll show you a little bit more stuff that's in the library while we're here. So you could see up at the tip top is FODMAP freedom in 90 days. That is the main course that you're going to be taking. We also have the FODMAP freedom community, which we'll get to momentarily. This is just a little fun fact about my work is that I never want anybody in my ecosystem to feel FOMO. And I never want people to feel like, oh man, I should have signed up later because those students got a cool thing that I didn't get. So whenever I come up with a new add-on or a new mini course like Real Root Cause Healing, my lab test mini course, Banish the Burn, any of those products are automatically gifted to all of my existing students/alumni. So it doesn't matter if you took FODMAP freedom back in 2021 or if you're brand new taking it this year, you're always going to get every single new mini course, product, guide, etc. that I have to offer. And as you can see here, you also will maintain copies of all of the versions of FODMAP freedom that you have gone through. So in this dummy account that I've created, this person is an OG FODMAP freedom member, and they actually went through it the first time in 2021 or 2022, and they have the original version still in their library, as well as the current newer version that I re-recorded in late 2023. And as I continue to make modifications and changes and read new research and learn new techniques, the same thing is going to apply. And someday this version of FODMAP freedom will be an old version in somebody's portal. So you never have to worry about missing out as long as you're in my FODMAP freedom family. But I digress. So those are all the mini courses and the gifts and the other things that you get. If we go ahead and click on FODMAP freedom in 90 days, we can click view product. Now you can see up at the tip top, you can click resume course and it'll just take you back to wherever you were. But usually the first time you log in, what you're going to see is something like this. So you're going to see module 0 kind of broken down. You could see the name of the video. You could see what order they go in. I number them, pretty intuitively. And typically when you start out, you're just going to see module 0. Everything else, you're going to have to be patient and wait for. I am totally guilty of this too, but a lot of us get in the bad habit because of, the internet. We get in this bad habit of jumping around from topic to topic, and we'll go from, leaky gut one day to candida the next day to blood sugar the next day, and it's all out of order and squirrely, and it doesn't do you a lick of good. So when you first join FODMAP freedom, you get access to all of module 0, and you can see that we talk about how to get the most out of the program, how to be a successful student, goal kind of setting, root causes, we talk about side effects of medications, and we talk about how to tailor supplements and lab testing to your particular case if that is needed. You could also click show more, and there might be a little bit more in any given module. So for example, if we scroll here, here's how to use the online community, how the guarantee works, and at the end of every module, you'll see that there's a little to-do list, but that is module 0. As the program continues on, as the program continues on, you're going to get access to more and more modules. So week 1, nutrition, is going to drop after you enroll, that's the first kind of chunk of FODMAP freedom that we go through. Then as you scroll down, you can see there's gut health deal breakers in week 2 and so on and so forth. But again, that's not going to be visible or accessible right away when you join. You have to wait for that content to come out. So we go through it bit by bit. One of my favorite expressions that I've learned in recent years is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's true, right? But let's click on one of the videos and just show you what that's going to look like. So you can see it's going to pop up all of the module right here. So you can toggle pretty easily between all the videos. So that's cool. And then importantly, I don't even know if a lot of my students realize this sometimes. If you scroll down, you can see, well, embarrassingly, I didn't know how to change this. So that still is a bunch of gibberish. But what you could see is you can see downloads. So every single module is going to have the WAV file, the audio file. So if you want to just download this and listen to it on the go, you are able to do that, as well as any research article that I cite in the entire program. If I talk about a research article or some sort of scholarly thing from PubMed, I'm actually going to link the PDF to it in the download section, as well as printable notes, which I'll show you in just a minute. And then you can see underneath the video, sometimes I have links, sometimes I have other notes. So here, if somebody's itching to learn more about root causes, you could go ahead and watch that YouTube video that I linked, for example. Down here, you could see some comments from your peers. Stephanie and I don't always get in there and moderate those comments, but it's fun to just see what other people are talking about sometimes. Let's go ahead to another video in this module. So you could see here, this one actually has printable notes. So you can download the PDF notes as 1 slide per page, 3 per page, or 6 per page. You still have the audio file over here. And then as you scroll down, you can see there's a lot of notes written out. So try to cater to everybody. Like, I really like video and lecture learning, and that's my kind of strong suit, and that's my preference. But I know that some people really like to print out the physical notes and then write things in the margins. Or I know that some people like to read instead of be taught in a lecture setting. So I'm trying to cover all of our bases, no matter what your learning style might be. Now, let's go ahead back to my library. So we're going to click up here to go back to that main page. And let's talk about how the Q&As and the meet and greets work and how the community works, which is all housed in here. Of note, there are apps for all of this. So you could actually access the course and watch the entire course from your smartphone. It might get a little bit trickier to see the notes that are typed underneath the video. I think you'll have to scroll to find that. But nonetheless, you can download the app, and I give you instructions for that pretty early on. There's also a community app that you can download, and you can actually attend any of the Q&As from your smartphone. And we have a lot of people who do that from work in particular. But if we click on the community, and if you're wondering about the weird name, the FODMAP Freedom Ducklings, it's because I've joked for years and years that I'm like a mama duck, and all of my students are like my little babies, my baby ducks. So I'm kind of silly with the naming. But you could see here we have the feed, so it'll update you when there's new meetups created. Like you could see, I just created all of the Q&As for this upcoming class more recently. If you scroll down a little bit further, you could see that Stephanie and I will upload notes and links from our Q&As. So that one I didn't have a lot of notes. If we go down a little bit further, you could see I linked a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll do that pretty much every week. If we mention a link or if we mention a resource that we think you might want to jot down, we'll put that in the community. And then sometimes you'll see posts from other members of the community, other students, and people will kind of connect and talk about stuff in this thread here. We also have a challenge tab, which admittedly I haven't done a ton with, but I'm thinking up a couple of new challenges and fun things to do on this tab for the next class. So stay tuned for that. We've got a goal setting challenge right in the beginning of the program. Then we come over here and we've got the meetup tab. So you could see there's recordings of all of the past Q&As and meet and greets, and you could scroll back pretty far. I won't bore you by doing so, but you get the idea. You can actually scroll back pretty far in here and see a lot of past Q&As if you choose to do so. But more importantly, you could see any upcoming events. So if you make sure this drop-down whoosie jig says upcoming, you can scroll down. So you could see for this January 2025 class, I'm going to hold the meet and greet on 2 different days. And that's going to be Friday, January 17th, and then Friday the 24th. And this is just my opportunity to meet everybody, hear a little bit about your story, get to know everybody, start taking some notes down. And it's a really fun, admittedly kind of marathon-y day, but everybody comes and meets me. I have you select a time and book it as a calendar so it's not complete and utter pandemonium. But yeah, so we've got the FODMAP Freedom meet and greets. Then we get into the weekly Q&As, and you could see if you click on any one of these events, it'll give you, Q&A with Stephanie Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You could RSVP, so you could say whether you're going or not. And you could get a little bit of an agenda. It's the same every week, but a little reminder of how the Q&As work for those of you who might have forgotten. And then you can scroll, and you can see there's a lot of these events coming up. And a lot of them repeat every week. So as of the filming of this video right now, I hold my meet and greets every week on Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, for me, my Q&As almost always last 2 hours, and sometimes the latter one goes a little bit over time. So it effectively becomes a big marathon Q&A from about 1 until 5 or 5:30, and I'll get like a pee and a stretch break for maybe 15 minutes in between. That's usually how my afternoons go. For Stephanie, our nutritionist, she holds her Q&As on, where are we? On Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and Wednesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that could be a nice time slot for people who need to work and it's hard for them to get to a Q&A in the middle of the day, but maybe they could get out like half an hour early on Wednesdays and make that Q&A, or maybe they could just tune in a little bit late. Stephanie's Q&As usually go anywhere from like 1 to 2 hours, depending on the topic and depending on the week. So certainly if you were to tune in anywhere from like Wednesday between 1 and 2, you would probably catch her on there. And Wednesday between like 5 and maybe 5:30 or 6, you're almost always going to catch her. But if there's a good conversation going or if there's a lot of questions, those can also extend out kind of like mine do. Then let me see, can I show you this one? She asks you as if you know. Hold on. No, it's not showing it right now. Well, there's another sort of world beyond FODMAP freedom. So once folks graduate and they become a proud alumni duckling of FODMAP freedom, there's actually another community that I'm not able to see on this account for some reason, and I call it the FODMAP flock. But basically, it's for the graduates of FODMAP freedom, and it's that way people can still come in and they can ask me questions and do sort of like an alumni Q&A. For some reason, it's not showing on this account, but basically you would be able to toggle back and forth in the community feature if you wanted to see one or the other. So that would show up here too. And it would also show up in the meetup. So Stephanie and I both hold one flock call per month right now, as of the recording of this video in January 2025. So there you have it. That was your insider's tour into FODMAP freedom in 90 days. You've seen how to get into the course library, access course materials, watch the videos, and get notes. And perhaps even more importantly, now you know how to get into the community and you can get support from myself, my team, and your peers, both in the feed section and in the Q&As and the meet and greets and those live events that we hold every single week. But you might be asking yourself at this point in the video, wait, ma'am. Okay, I don't know why you're calling me ma'am, but anyway, wait, ma'am. I have a really busy life or a really hectic job, and I don't know how many of those Q&As I'm going to be able to attend. Am I just kind of SOL and I have to go it on my own? Because that would kind of bite. And of course, the answer is no, you're not shit out of luck if you can't attend the Q&As. We fully understand that not everybody's schedule is conducive to attending all of these Q&As. But what I would say is that we also offer ongoing support for our students outside of the Q&As. And that's what we're doing a lot during the actual work week when we're not on live on one of those calls. So if you have a question about the course materials or something we're teaching you or some symptoms that you're feeling or some changes that you're going through, all you have to do is fill out a little worksheet that we have and submit your questions that way. And then we will typically get back to you within about 1 or 2 business days via email. Sometimes we'll write out our response or include links, and sometimes we'll respond with like a voice note basically and walk you through and talk you through whatever our response is. So it's super easy to get support outside of the Q&A environment, but I will put this plug in. I have noticed that students who attend at least some of the Q&As tend to get results faster than those who don't. So if you're able to attend even a couple of them throughout your time in the program, I think that's going to really, really help you. There's nothing quite like a little back and forth conversation and real live coaching that you can get in a Q&A as opposed to simply doing email support. But again, we have options for everybody. We know that life is kind of squirrely sometimes. You're busy, your work is busy. We have had people who have been teachers or worked in hospitals where it just is not feasible for them to attend Q&As, and they have made this work and they have gotten results in FODMAP Freedom. So I really think that you can too. I really hope I get to meet you inside FODMAP Freedom really soon and help you heal your gut. And I know this current group might not be the one for you, right? Like sometimes life gets crazy, life gets busy, maybe you can't swing it financially yet. There's a million reasons why watching this video right now, you might not be ready to join. And that's okay. But I hope that you know that you can come back here when you are ready, and I would be absolutely honored to help you heal your gut. I am so confident that I can help you with things like bloating, abdominal pain, abdominal distension, diarrhea, constipation, or mixed bowel patterns. And I'm confident that I can help you with diagnoses like SIBO, IBS, dysbiosis, leaky gut, and candida. I can help you tolerate food again and live your life and feel like a normal human being without tummy problems. And I am so confident in that. And I'm so optimistic for you that I have a 100% money back guarantee on my program, which is absurd, right? Like, I don't know of anybody else on planet Earth in this line of work who has that kind of a guarantee on their work. But again, I am so confident in my ability and my program and my team. And I'm so optimistic for you knowing what I know about these conditions, that I know we can do it if we work together. So, like I said, if it's this group and I get to meet you soon, wonderful. If it's a group sometime down the road, also wonderful. Just know that me and my team are going to be here to support you whenever you are ready to go through that FODMAP Freedom journey. We typically have a group enrolling in January, late April, early May, and then again in mid to late August. So if you're catching this video in between those times, or if you just know that this group isn't the one for you, no sweat. You know when to keep an eye peeled on my channel, and you know when you can come back here and start your FODMAP Freedom journey. And for that matter, it might not hurt to join the wait list right now, and that way you know that you have dibs on a spot when you are ready to join us. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your time, and I can't wait to help you heal your gut in the very near future, I hope.